Hey Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. Wanted to find out who won episode 3.
Episode three, I think I was the winner. I think it was kind of unanimous that time. But like I always tell everybody is even though it's a competition to win, my true goal is to try to make a good episode and get better and quicker in making them. So yeah, the idea is to pick a winner, but realistically my goal is to make good videos and make a good comedy show.
I'm sure it had to be fun. Did you ever think you could be a comic?
No, not really. I didn't. So when this came about, I was like, well, let me give it a shot. And then, you start getting some feedback from people and they're like, hey, you're doing a good job. Your timing's pretty good. Your jokes are pretty funny. So all of a sudden it starts encouraging you and kind of, making you feel good about yourself. But no, I never really thought I would, do these type of videos. So it's kind of surprising that I'm on my third episode and working on our fourth.
Well, I definitely want you to keep it up.
Thank you.
I thought the episode was a lot better paced. And what did you do to pace it better?
Well, the original goal was to write the same amount of jokes, but since Richard is a little long-winded, he was dominating my time on air or my on-air time. So my time, I would have 7 jokes and it'd be 2 minutes and 15 seconds. He would have 7 jokes and it'd be 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So I was like, well, that's kind of lopsided. And, just by air time, he might be, people might like him because they see him more. So I was like, what if I just add my jokes to kind of balance out the time? And I think so what I did was not worry how many jokes that he had, but I was always going to add more jokes to my end. And then I was going to try to match it up. Maybe 3 jokes for me, a joke for him, 3 jokes for me, a joke for him. And that episode, once I did that, just really paced itself really nice. And it kind of really all came together that time.
Cool. How many episodes do you plan on making?
That's always a good question. I never thought I'd make 1, so never thought I'd make 2, never make 3. So in this format, I don't see myself making more than 10. And the reason why is I think I'd have to change the format and make it like my own, because what I see what we're doing is, I'm using the introduction of Weekend Update, Saturday Night Live. So I'm kind of mix matching it. So if I continue to make it, I'd rather have something of my own music or some scenario that's a little bit more unique or original than just trying to piggyback off of, SNL's Weekend Update. So I don't see going past 10 episodes in this exact format. It could be the same thing. We're talking about world news, but, just trying to change it up after 10 episodes, I would say, like, let's just try to make it a little bit more original.
Yeah, I agree. You need to make it your own.
Yeah.
What was your favorite joke that you wrote from episode 3?
Well, my favorite joke was the Nancy Pelosi one.
On Monday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi kneeled for 8 minutes and 46 seconds in solidarity with the protesters. However, it took the 80-year-old Pelosi 8 minutes and 56 seconds to stand back up.
I thought that was pretty original, and it really didn't take anything away from, picking a political side. It was just talking about her age and about trying to get back up. And then the other one was about the Cops show.
Cops, the long-running reality show that glorified police, is being canceled after 33 seasons. Yeah. The show's producers were sad to cancel the show, but are happy to announce a new spin-off series called Riots.
With Cops being pulled off air, I thought, having a show that was about riots, I thought would be kind of funny. So
when I saw that, I thought it was a natural way for them to go. I agree with you 100%.
You probably didn't even think it was a joke. Like, okay.
No, yeah, I know. It's a joke, but it makes sense for them to do that.
Yeah, of course.
That would be interesting if they should send you some money when if they go in that direction for giving them the idea.
All I gotta do is follow all these protesters and riots, and they have a whole new series.
Exactly. What was your favorite joke that Richard wrote from episode 3?
I actually liked his Bubba Wallace joke.
NASCAR has banned the Confederate flag days after Bubba Wallace, the only black driver amongst NASCAR's elite, spoke out against it. Wallace may have pushed too hard though, as NASCAR also banned country music, chewing tobacco, Southern Comfort, Snaggleteeth, and yes, even guys named Bubba.
So that was my favorite joke that I like that he wrote.
Yeah. Now that you shot 3 episodes, can you tell that you're growing your audience?
Well, it's interesting because so what Richard does is he puts his videos on Twitter. So he breaks them down and puts it on Twitter. I've been putting my jokes, just the joke itself, on Twitter. And Richard has a pretty big following. And if you look at some of the views that he's getting, it's like 750 views on a joke.
Nice.
Yeah, so he has a big Twitter following. So if you look at the YouTube video, I think it's growing the audience, but it's just a lot slower. I just think that there's, when it comes to eyeballs on YouTube, I think there's a lot of platforms that are pulling eyeballs away, meaning that you can go to Instagram to watch videos, you can go to Instagram TV, you can go to TikTok, you can go to Twitter, you can go to Facebook. And it just seems like all these platforms are just pulling away from the eyeballs that used to be on YouTube only. So, I see it, it's growing, but at a snail pace. It really takes a while to kind of really grow an audience on them.
Have you considered branching out into those?
What, trying to grow an audience on Twitter and Instagram?
On Twitter or Instagram?
Yeah, I do. I put those on there, but it's funny because I was going to post episode 3 on Facebook, but I pulled it down. I didn't know, sometimes it's like you almost want to have another voice to say, okay, this video is good enough to be on Facebook without offending anybody. So to me, when I put these videos out there, I'll put it on YouTube, no problem, because whoever's following me on YouTube can see the video. I'll hint about it on Instagram, or I'll pull one joke and put it on Instagram, but I haven't really put the entire video on any other platform. Obviously, there's some time restrictions because Instagram, you can only do 10 minutes. But I think I'm still a little cautious. I don't know why.
Yeah. Are there any surprises we might see in episode 4?
Well, I've been practicing a Donald Trump impression.
You want to sample it now or no?
No.
Okay.
I've really been trying to get a Donald Trump impression going, and I think if I can kind of pull it off, I'll slowly introduce it. So I got the cadence down, I got the tone, but I don't have the nasal pitch to it yet. So it's kind of nasal.
Don't forget he does the hand thing.
Oh, he does a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Watch for that hand thing. Watch a few of his videos, and you'll see that he does the hand thing. Maybe you could throw that in there too.
I'm gonna try. So I have it down. My wife says I'm doing pretty good, but she doesn't really feel it yet. So I'm still using Kathy to kind of be the barometer if I should do the impression or not. So
yeah,
it's coming. I want to do it because I think you can. Once you do an impression, you can elaborate on the joke. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people pick Richard to be funny is because he does way more impressions.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, I know it takes a lot of time and effort to put all these videos together and edit it. Have you got in mind some way to help support getting this done?
Well, there's a website called Patreon, and Patreon is a fan-based website that allows people to support their favorite artists. I don't have any Patreons and nobody supports me, but I do I'm trying to remind myself to put it on the video's description so that way if anybody wants to support my channel or, editing the videos or just put it out there, they can kind of become a Patreon and that would kind of support me. So that's one opportunity. The other opportunity is I have a website called Traferral. That's actually for the travel and tourism that allows other people to make money. It kind of works where it's an affiliate-based program like Amazon.com. I know travel and tourism isn't big right now, but I started creating videos to explain how Traferral works. So that's the two ways that kind of, people can support my channel and, hopefully whether it's, they'll see that there's an option to kind of really support my channel. So it's either Patreon or Traferral.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to see more.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you're doing for me.
All right. Anytime.
All right. Well, thanks again.
See you later.
Bye.
From both sides. All right. Take care.